I was born 22 years ago without arms. The doctors don't know why. They still don't know why. That's not important, because we can't turn the clock of time back.
There is the obvious reason, and we sit up and take notice. And when we listen, there is a unique and powerful message. And soon we're not looking at him, but at ourselves.
I cook all my own meals. I get dressed myself. I'm an artist. I love to paint. I love to go horseback riding. I've gone snow skiing in Austria. I've met the Pope in the Vatican. I do it all. But I don't say any of that to impress you, but to ask you a question. If I can do all these things that I've just discussed, what was stopping a 5-year-old little kid from going out on a playground and having fun with his friends? What has changed in my life? This hasn't changed. This never will.
He has brought his story and his message to audiences around the world, to large and small groups, to CEOs and military generals, to teenagers and school teachers.
Of generating a more positive self.
He challenges them to see their tasks and their potential, as he has done in his own life.
The point is, by using what you have, taking your strength, you push that limit to its outer limits. See, even if I had the longest, strongest, toughest pair of arms, there's still only so much that I could lift, so many things that I could carry, so high I could reach. But the challenge becomes pushing it to the outer limit.
For John, simple tasks must be broken down into their separate elements, examined and reassembled with brand new approaches. And what looked impossible gets done. While still a young man, John Foppe caught the eye of the world's best-known motivational speaker, Zig Ziglar, who recruited John to help spread his philosophy of motivation and success.
As he spoke to those admirals and generals and the CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, I was astonished that this college student had the courage and the poise to be perfectly at ease to make the presentation. I since have become well acquainted with John Foppe and have admired his courage and his action, and more importantly even than that, the impact he's had on so many people in this great land of ours.
Jimmy Johnson has used a young man born without arms as an inspiration for his team. On Wednesday, the Dolphins saw footage of John Foppe, how he's learned to live with what he has. The message was to overcome, not to feel sorry for yourself because you've lost a few games. No matter what the circumstances in life or in football, find a way to get it done.
Today, John Foppe runs his own company, inspiring and challenging audiences to do more with what they have, addressing issues of self-esteem, change, morale, and most importantly, issues affecting performance and productivity.
Choice number one I saw as a little kid is that you could be a participator out there on that field. These are the people out there, members of the team, the group, the family, the class, the staff, the church, trying to develop solutions to problems that everybody has. Choice number two I've seen is that you can be the spectator. Now, we all know people like this. These are the people who stand back on the sidelines of life, kind of watching and waiting for things to happen, never doing a whole heck of a lot about anything. But the first time something goes wrong, they're the first people there to complain about it.
Often the real impact, the probing questions, will come after John's presentation. The power of his message is John Foppe's ability to leave audiences with a new perspective on their self-imposed limitations.
We live in a day and age where excuses come easy and come readily. One of the things that I hear constantly after my presentations, particularly from corporate people, is that I take away all the excuses.
John Foppe has to come up with more creative solutions in a day than most of us have to solve in a month or even a year. When people see him and hear him, they instinctively think to themselves, if that young man can do that with that difficulty and that problem, that handicap he has, then I'm definitely going to do more with what I have.
For a company facing challenges, changes, competition, or just needing the inspiration that will take a good operation over the top, there isn't anyone quite like John Foppe.